Hello, Cindy here. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today talking about something that is really huge in this, and actually inadvertently blocking your success in your love life. So if you decided that 2019 was your year to attract extraordinary love and you haven't yet, or you wanted it to be a priority, you wanted to meet the right person, my guess is that this is pretty important to you if you're watching. It's been frustrating, and there might be an easy derailment, right? It's easy to, focus on getting ahead in your career or your family or your health or losing that extra 10 pounds or, whatever might be happening, because you feel like that's a barrier to entry. You feel like, well, unless I'm at a certain point in my career, I won't, the kind of guy that I want won't actually like me or adore me. And all of that is untrue, just so you know. So I'm going to talk about this. You guys, my name is Cindy Olin. I am a love and relationship expert. I help women to attract extraordinary love that resonates within their heart, removing the blocks that stand in the way of that. So what I'm going to support you with is exactly what blocks you and how to move past that. I'm going to give you some actionable steps to support you in this space. And, feel free to ask me questions, comments, all of those good things. And this will support you. And I know not having too much attachment to what, I don't even know what I'm saying. So it's going to support you in actually unattaching from the negative and attaching to what it is you truly want, which is lasting love, right? So what I would love to hear is how many of you guys, honestly feel like maybe you have been doing everything possible to get yourself out there, attract partnership, and really let love in. If you do feel like you have, I would love to, put a comment. Yes, I've been doing everything possible. I'm stuck, or I feel like I'm not attracting the right kind of men. If you feel that way, please put a comment in the comment box there. So some things that can block us is actually our mindset and the words that we say. I'm doing a study. I've got the notes right here. So I'm doing a study, a Bible-based study. It's called The Purpose-Driven Life, where I'm actually doing this with a good friend of mine, where we listen to each day's training, because it's 40 days of prayer and education around understanding your purpose and really implementing that in your life. So one of the things that I took away last night, and this is something that I naturally do and support my clients around, is be careful what you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. So this is the most important piece, is what you actually think. We have over 70,000 thoughts that go through our mind every day. Most of those thoughts, 90% of them, are negative. It's just societal. This is proven. There's a lot of studies around this. So how can you override that? That is what can derail us in love, that and our attitude. So I'm going to talk about those two things. So if you're one of those people where you start dating, you're getting out there, maybe you've gotten ghosted a couple times, maybe you've got out on some dates that you were excited about, and he didn't look like his picture, or it didn't go that well, and you're looking at you're looking at that, or you meet somebody and you start to get involved with them and you're excited about it, and then all of a sudden he starts pulling away, or he's not following through. He's not doing the things he says he's going to do. So, that can leave you with that uncomfortable feeling. Who wants to, and I want to hear this, who wants to attract extraordinary love quickly? Who wants to attract it this summer? All in favor say aye. Okay, so here's how we should do a mindset shift. Being conscious of your thoughts. So here's 3 steps I'm going to give you that are actionable steps that are going to help you from our subconscious self-sabotage. Our subconscious self-sabotage, what it does is it has us act out in ways that actually push love away. Okay, so the things that you can do to shift that: making a conscious effort of when you start to get online, or you're on an app and you're swiping through people, be conscious of, okay, what is this person saying? Stop looking with your eyes almost. Look at, how do I feel? What does this profile say? They seem interesting. Click on them. Just say yes. And allow yourself, yes, I'm positive. Yes, I'm open to receiving extraordinary love. And when disappointments happen, you guys, they're bound to happen. Disappointments happen in life. That's part of life. So instead of going, and you might even be a client of mine and you're disappointed right now, or you had another person disappoint you, then what you get to do is shift that thinking. Okay, so what did I learn from this? What could I do differently? Asking questions as you're getting to know someone. And as a woman, we actually pace things as you're out there getting to know a man. We are in control of the pace. Remember that, we're in control of the pace. So change your mindset. So if your mindset's thinking, oh, all the good ones are taken, no, men don't really want a commitment, change your mindset to, yes, they do. I've seen evidence of married men everywhere. Love is easy. Love wants to, extraordinary love is coming my way now. And, those are things to say and repeat them. Repeat mantras to yourself and do actionable steps. Actionable steps daily will create what you want. Staying in the action place, right? Staying in it. And it's kind of like, let's just say you want to be a doctor and you're going back to school. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to school every day. You're going to study at night, and you're going to study a mindset and a way of being, as well as get your education around becoming a doctor. So if you've been doing things to get into relationship and you're getting stumped, then you get to shift doing things, the way that you're doing things. Also, envision what it is you want. I can't say this enough, you guys. If you don't have a vision of, like, I can even drop in, close my eyes and have a vision of how I feel in relationship, how I feel around someone that's amazing. Okay, and I'm going to answer a question online now. Okay, so, sorry. I'm engaged to a beautiful man who has a hard time with letting go of the past. He has the need to talk to lady or ladies that represent his younger days. He understands boundaries, I believe, but he needs to have that past while I am not interested in having any past. Male lovers have they don't have any contact with me. It sounds like it is difficult for me to understand how he operates. Yeah, I mean, that would be difficult too, because, you know, what that would tell me is his actions are saying there's almost a 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. He's feeling like there's something incomplete with your past, and I feel like you can actually heal from your past by being in relationship. You can be in love with a new person and you can still be healing. We're all human beings and we have feelings. So here's what I would encourage you to do. Instead of saying, you know, I'm absolutely dead set against this, don't do this, you know, nobody wants to feel restricted. People want to have choice. And so what you want to ask is like, and this is in any relationship, right? And this will help you to open your heart up to love and help you to receive it. So the number one thing that you want to say is like, hey, you know, I know that you're in contact with, you know, some of these women. What does that provide for you? Why do you feel the need to do that as we're engaged? And, you know, how do you see marriage? How do you see our life together? Because you want to make sure, Ada, before you marry this guy, that you guys have a similar vision in life. And, you know, you don't feel like it's crowded by other people in your lives together, because that feels confusing. And, you know, for me, if it were me personally and that was happening, you know, I would want to know what the intention was and, you know, what kind of person he is, or if he's someone that is, you know, likes to impart knowledge or wisdom. You know, I have a mentor of mine, a former mentor who's a man, and, you know, he and I will sometimes talk on the phone at, you know, he's on the East Coast, so sometimes midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning his time. We have no designs upon each other. I know his wife really well. She's a lovely woman, and I have utmost respect for them and their relationship. And he is very passionate about the things that he teaches. That's just the man that he is. She knows that about him. She trusts him to the, you know, ends of the earth. So, you know, looking at those kinds of pieces, certain things can block us because of our own fears and insecurities. Yeah. So if it's the ego that needs the attention, then, you know, I would really want to explore that. And, you know, Ada, you could feel free to sign up for a call with me. There's a button that's on my page. You can sign up for a call or send me a direct message, because I'd be happy to give you some coaching around that. That's challenging because if there's, you know, the ego involved in I need attention, look at me, that is, you know, those are things that I would highly recommend overcoming before getting married. And there's ways to do that, and this is pretty natural stuff that comes up with people. So so thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing. So I want to share a couple of other things. You know, it does get challenging. It does get frustrating, you guys out there. So I'm not trying to suggest that it's all sunshine, roses, puppy dogs, and unicorns. It's about your attitude around it. So I've had clients that have literally found their man within 90 days or less, and they have made a decision to create lasting love. And when they got knocked down, they just got right back up. It's like, and and they were like, okay, what's the lesson? What did I take away here? What can I do differently? Oh, I might find out a little bit more information. I might not get so caught up in this. I might ask those questions. Make the decision that you're going to bring in partnership, and let it be. Make a decision and let it go, right? Make the decision and don't get attached, right? So the attachment, when we get so attached to the outcome, that's where we really get in trouble. Okay, we get so attached to the outcome, that's where we really get in trouble. I was talking to a client of mine this morning that we've worked together almost 2 years. Her first year was just literally, we were building a foundation around herself, self-love, and getting out of her own way. Everybody's on their own journey, and it takes time. Sometimes we expect it to happen overnight, and it really can. She was, in a different space of really wanting to, really going into her life, really getting committed to what she wanted. And then we started doing some visualizations about what she wants to bring in, what the partnership is like, and she's a country girl, and she envisioned herself living on a ranch and, being with a man that loves the outdoors and hiking and would appreciate her horses and, all of those things. And, as we've, moved forward, she wasn't even hardly dating the first year, and she's adorable, but she's evolved into dating, and now she's in a place where she's dating a few different people, and she's really met a special man. Lo and behold, he's got a ranch. We don't know what the outcome is yet, although there are some signs leading towards he's pretty special, and he really sees her too. So I think so oftentimes we can, meet somebody that seems great, and then convince ourselves that, oh gosh, this is better than nothing. And, what I want you to be committed to is opening up your heart to the, yes, it's possible for me. Keep shifting that mindset. When you get disappointed, it's okay. Gosh, what's the lesson in this? I am amazing. I'm attracting extraordinary love. Get some support. Hire a coach. If not me, find somebody that resonates with you. And really, I've got 3 coaches for different parts of, not only my business, but my life, to support me in my blind spots. Bill Gates has 3 coaches. It's what are you committed to creating, and what is aligned with your vision, you guys. I had a client of mine that had gone through a painful divorce, and had then pretty quickly gotten into another relationship, and that ended painfully. And she was just, on her knees. And I remember when we started working together, she had made a declaration in her business to really choose success. And she decided that in every area of her life. The other thing she decided is, we really worked together to support her with her vision, what her values were. And, she thought, gosh, even if it takes 5 years to bring in my man, I am going to spend time doing things that enrich my life and add to my life. And as I'm dating, I am going to see the blessings in the people that I meet. And even if it's not what I thought that it was, I'm going to take a gift away from that. So we're looking at the glass half full, rather than, I wasted an hour on coffee with this guy and he wasn't who he said he was, And it's just looking at that, observing your attitude, because the attitude is the biggest thing. So what's great about my client that I'm sharing, that the other one I'm going to talk about, that was sharing about the one with the, dating the guy with the ranch, he kept saying to her, you're so happy. You're so easy to be around. You're so happy. Men love happy women. I share this all the time. He's easy for her to be around. And not everybody feels that way. You can be around somebody that you're really attracted to, but you can't necessarily be yourself because you're so self-conscious. That's not easy to be around. So you want to pay attention. And that's why continuing to get to know different people supports you and what you're truly trying to create, right? Which is lasting love. However your vision is. If you do a visioning, you get support around your blind spot. So those blind spots could look like our triggers. What triggers you? Does that trigger you into trying to get control over a certain situation? How do I show up? Am I settling? Get really honest with yourself. My doorbell's gonna ring in a second. So these are the things to do. Visualize daily. How do you want to feel? Do 3 things you're grateful for and truly grateful for in your life right now. Be present with your journey. Get excited about that journey. Okay? So those are 2 things. Trust that it's going to happen. I don't believe that God puts desires on our heart, or your higher power or spirit puts a desire on our heart for something real, a real connection, if he doesn't want it to happen. And then take actionable steps. Go out on dates. Continue meeting people. If it's not working, then get help. So I encourage each of you, and if you're in a relationship and you're feeling stumped and you want it to go to the next level, or you're having some fear around that, then reach out to me. I would be, I answer all of the inboxes. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time, but I do answer them. And I want to support you in really creating your own luck and love and having the healthiest, most conscious relationship. Because the more healthy you are, and if you can take a deep breath around that rather than projecting forward, this stuff works. So intention. The power of intention, the power of visualization, also meditating daily will help you to calm those emotional triggers. If you guys would like some support around some meditation intention setting, I can do that actually on one of the lives. Hope this helps today. These are actionable steps that you can take that have been proven results that work with my clients, with other women out there that are literally like, okay, I'm replacing that negative thought with a positive one. And move slower to move faster later on. Don't get too involved too quickly. That's why I suggest dating multiple people. Okay, see, sleep by the bell. Sending lots of love. See you tomorrow. Bye.